Okay, welcome back to Comedy or Worse. I'm here with my very special guest,
Mitch Ryan.
Yay. So how are you doing today so far?
Good, how are you? Stressful.
Good.
How's your day?
Pretty good so far. Worked a little bit, then had a writing group
Where at?
at a PB Food Court.
Oh, you do those regularly?
When people show up,
Yeah. I didn't know
had the
about
best attendance so far. 2 people showed up.
it. Nice.
So that was nice.
How many times have you done it?
Trying to do it every week, but the first week only Jonathan Bird came.
Was this this was only the second one?
Well, it was only the second time people come, so there was like
Oh, okay.
weeks where just no one was coming.
Gotcha.
You should try to
I
come.
should come. I didn't even know about it. I had no idea.
Trying to get the word out.
Where do you do it, on Facebook?
The meetup group, Facebook. Yeah. So you use the stage name, right?
No, Mitch is my real name is James Mitchell Ryan. Mitch is my middle name, but I'm Mitch to everybody. Even without comedy, I've always just been Mitch.
Okay. Cool. So how did you get into comedy?
Right after, like during the pandemic, I was watching podcasts a lot with Alec, my girlfriend, and I were watching a lot of podcasts, and kind of just once stuff started opening back up, I'd never been to a comedy show prior to the pandemic, so I was just like, all right, we listen to all these guys all the time, like talking about it. Let's just go see what it's all about. And then, so I just looked up, like right when stuff opened up, I just looked up comedy clubs in San Diego, and then I heard about Madhouse and their open mic. So we started just coming to the open mic and just hanging out. And I probably came to the open mic like for like a month and just hanging out, just like, cause it was fun. It was just fun to hang out. I had no plans of really doing comedy, but I kind of knew I liked it. I didn't know, I knew I wanted to, but I never actually was like, felt the need to try it. I don't know.
Okay. So then you just what?
Then I did it. I was coming here. We were coming here doing the open mic so much, and people kept seeing me. Like back then, it was when it was like, I don't know, Tim, like that whole crew, Tim and Josh Krebs and Friedman, and like they kept seeing APD, like when all those guys worked here, and they'd see me here all the time. And like, dude, like just sign up. Like I know you want to, and I was like, I don't know. Like I didn't have jokes. Like it wasn't like I was like, all right, I got this stuff waiting,
Right.
But I knew I wanted to just give it a shot. So they kept bugging me, and then I don't remember the first day that I don't remember how I decided to do it, but I just started signing up for the open mic, and that was pretty much it. I mean, I started doing the mics here, and that was the other thing. I didn't even really do other open mics except here. I was just kind of just doing these. It wasn't even until I tried to get on ACC's open mic, probably like not for a few months in. Like this was just kind of a hangout spot, and I don't know.
Right.
Yeah. And then I got a job here, then I just started getting booked more from there. But
Cool.
yeah, it started here for sure.
Yeah, the Madhouse Comedy Club. Doing open mics here in the brick room.
Right here.
Can't wait to hopefully we can come back. So it sounds like you got addicted to comedy doing it pretty quickly.
Yeah, I'd always,
Once you started.
like I said, I always liked listening. I knew like just the way people would talk about it, like podcasters. I was like, that just sounds fun. Like just being around it. I never thought I'd want to be a comedian or anything like that. But I liked the people around it. It's like the most comfortable I feel. So.
Yeah. So what are your goals now in comedy?
Kind of just short-term stuff. Like, I don't know, these last 2 months have been, like these last, like, what is it now? May, January, February, March. March was like my first month where I tried reaching out. Like, cause before I never really used to try to get booked too much. I would just do the open mics, and I didn't want to be annoying, and I didn't want to be like the guy that's always asking like, oh, let me do this, and I wasn't really confident with my stuff, you know. I knew I didn't deserve anything. So really just kind of March is when I really like set a goal. I was like, all right, you know, you've got 5 minutes. You can do 5. It might not be the best, but like try, you know. So I started reaching out to bookers and this club here. I mean, I've worked here for so long and never really tried to do nothing as far as getting on shows and stuff. So I reached out to the bookers here, and just other like smaller shows around town. And it worked. I mean, March was pretty good for me. April was like my biggest, like my most booked month. I was like proud of that. Like I actually got a bunch. It was mostly stuff here, but it was mostly Madhouse shows. But I still I had like consistently shows every week, and I was like, I had a calendar. I was looking at like, damn, like it's working. And then now we're in May, and same deal with May. I mean, I've got a good amount Madhouse shows. I can always, you know, it's not like I'm satisfied yet. You know, I still want more, and I think my next goal, as far as like comedy, I would say just to start trying to get my set to where it needs to be, get better at comedy to where so now instead of just getting booked anywhere all the time, maybe like I can start reaching out to clubs actually. Like I can reach out to ACC, send them a clip, or send them, like I've never tried that yet. I've only reached out just by word of mouth and just like my friends who book shows. And so I think my next goal is like to be able to feel the confidence to reach out to clubs, like actual clubs. I mean,
yeah. Cool. So what is your like writing process for comedy?
I kind of it's a lot like just conversational stuff usually. If I come up with jokes, I'll be me and my girlfriend talking about something that we find funny, and then I just whip out the notes and I'll just write down that quick note. Or if I'm playing video games and like I'm talking with a random guy online and like we're talking about something funny, my process is write something down, write an idea, and then just keep going back to my notes and just writing different avenues for how it's funny and like what is the funny part of that thing.
Yeah.
And then from there, I mean, just bring, like, I guess my first method is just try the idea on a stage, see if people think that idea is funny. I don't know, I guess that's pretty common. Like, just try that idea on a stage, and then, like, okay, if that idea has legs, you know, then there is different way. Then that's when I start trying to get into the semantics of, like, how does this word go here? This word should go here first, and rearranging all the actual sentence structures of it. That's pretty far along down it. It's like I need to feel the confidence first in it that, okay, this idea is worth trying something with, and then from there I go and start trying to actually write out physical writing, I guess.
So does a joke, like a whole joke, ever just come to you, like from start to finish?
Well, I don't know, because none of my jokes are really finished yet. I don't know, you know, like
Okay.
I'm not really sure if it's. I definitely have little little tags or quips or something where it's like it'll come to me quick. But I'd say for like the whole ideas of jokes that I've got, at least right now, it hasn't all come to me at once. No, I don't think so. It's kind of you explore it and then you try it. You say something about it on stage, like while you're doing the joke, you say something and you're like, oh, that little thing I just said could work one day too. Sometimes stuff comes out on stage when you're just nervous and stuff comes out you never thought to write down, and then that ends up working too sometimes. So I don't think it all comes. I don't really have full, but maybe that's just my style. I don't know.
Yeah, that's interesting. So did we meet here at Madhouse for the first time?
Yeah, I met you at Madhouse. I'd been seeing you do your set before I even did mics. You know, you're always one of the regulars up at the open mic, and Alex and I love you, especially. Like that was like, it always just resets the whole thing. You know what I mean? Whenever like you, I don't know. That's like, you guys are the reason I wanted to work here of all places. You, Rudy, like just like the main core guys. I mean, a lot of the guys aren't here anymore, but for other reasons. But yeah, I think me and you met here. I'm almost positive there.
Makes sense. So have you ever traveled for comedy?
The closest, I went to Los Angeles we did the roast battle at La Jolla. Me and Sebastian did the roast battle in La Jolla, and they invited us to go up to LA after that because we did good, so they invited us to do their roast. So that's the only one, and it was just one show, and me and him drove up there together. But other than that, no. I want to. I like that. Like, I want that's maybe another goal, I guess, and I never really thought about it, but I want to go on the road, even if it's just shitty. Like when Ben, my coworker Ben, he goes out sometimes with Chris, or they just do like a road gig or something. It's like, it's small shows and it's nothing to write home about, but like I really like the idea like of just traveling with comics. I think that would be fun. Like just being in the car with them, seeing what they're fucking, because we only know each other from here, you know, like it's,
right.
And I don't know, I never really like, I don't know, I want to travel. I want to feel what that's about. I just don't have a car, so.
Yeah, that makes it hard. Let's see. So do you have like a hobby or passion that's not related to comedy? I guess like video games or...
I like video games, definitely. That's more just I mean, I guess the amount I play is, it does take, I could consider it a hobby now, but I don't really think like, it takes up a lot of time. But before I got into comedy, my main like thing I put my attention to, I'm big into cars. I was big, like I've got like 2 old Japanese cars, and that's like, since comedy took over, it's kind of taken a back seat. Those have like, I mean, you've never seen my red car. Like my red car was like my baby. That was like, nobody here's ever seen it. Before I started comedy, that was like my, like everybody knew me from that. I had my red car. It's just a little thing. Like it broke down before I started comedy, and I was like, all right, I'll get to it. And it's just kind of still taking the back seat, because it's not a daily thing. It's not a daily driving car. It wouldn't do me any good. It's just for fun. You know, it's literally just a fun car. So,
okay.
But that is also, I guess, another one of my comedy goals too. I keep thinking of them now. I've been saying this for a while. I can't wait till I'm able to pull up to a show in my red car. That's like I always look forward to that, but it's a long time coming. I think it's down, but that's my other hobby. Yeah.
Because it has a lot of money you put into it.
Yeah, like I put a new engine in it, and like did a bunch of, like I motor swapped it, and like aftermarket parts, and built the engine, and like big turbo stuff. It's gonna be at least, it probably needs at least 10,000 before it'll come back.
What?
That's why I'm not gonna get
less than 10,000 on my car that I have.
Me too. It was only a $2,000 car, but I built it up with crazy shit. Even my little silver car out there, that's only $1,000. I only paid $1,000 for that thing. But I built it.
You don't have a car.
I do, just not. I can't go on the road with my little silver car. That thing, nothing that I feel confident going across the country in. And no, I'm not good enough, so nobody will ask me to go on the road unless I have a car. That's like the one, like, if you have a car, that really gets you on the road pretty good.
Okay. Well, I mean, you can go to LA. There's bikes in LA.
Yeah, totally. I haven't tried that yet. And
go to LA and then do good enough to get booked for shows in LA.
And that too, I've been feeling. I haven't made any like plans towards it, but it's in the back of my mind now. Like with working the door here all the time, there's so many comics that I meet, and like I'm hanging out with them all weekend because I work Fridays and Saturdays, so I have like the whole weekend with those comics, and a lot of them come down from LA, and I've made a lot of good friends. Like it's like we hang out all week. We're like stoked about, you know, and now I've gotten kind of like a Rolodex or like a bunch of people that told me like, yo, I run a show up in LA. If you're ever up there, let me know. And I know that's like. People say it all the time, but I'm going to take advantage of it, you know what I mean? If I ever go up there, and now I'm at the point where I do have like a few solid, like, okay, if I did go up there, I could, whether it's just getting on an open mic or whether it is getting onto a show, at least I do have potentially plans if I do make my way up there. But, and we're so close. I mean, that's like the best. People across the country would kill to go do that scene. You know,
going to LA tomorrow.
You, how long?
Let's play D&D tomorrow with friends in LA, but I'm gonna try to stay the night, at least Sunday night, and then do mics on Monday. Ideally, I would stay Monday night and then do mics on Tuesday as well.
Do they have stuff up there like every day of the week, seven days a week, you can find shit?
Yeah, like even more than here.
I'm sure, yeah.
Like, you can pay $5 and do like during the day.
Oh, really?
There's rooms where all the comics It's sign up on slotted, and the good thing is like, they're say be there on time, stay for the whole thing. So it's just other comics watching you, but
Yeah.
the good thing is they've never seen your stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. Especially being from down here. Yeah.
It's like fresh eyes.
Yeah. True.
So do you wish you started comedy earlier?
Not really. I think I'm pretty much where I'm at. I think I'm pretty happy with it. And especially even just logistically for my situation when I started, if I would have started sooner, it would have just got cut off by the pandemic anyways. It was like because I started as soon as I could, right when they opened doors up for everything. And I know I've talked to, I think Kylie Troop and a few other people who started right before that, they got into comedy and then all of a sudden it's all gone and it's just so that would have sucked. I mean, I definitely
Sure, but you could, Kylie and Taryn Heffley, and they just thrived.
Oh, I'm sure I would have thrived. I'm just saying. I mean, I'm just saying for that specific.
Because they had to they're in a parking lot.
Yeah, that was
hanging
true.
out with other comics.
That's true. I mean, that I do miss.
Having to make them laugh, so that really.
I have seen those pictures of the parking lot mics, and that was I wasn't here for any of that stuff.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I don't think I wish I would have started when I was 12, I guess, so I could be 10 years in by now. I don't know, maybe, or I guess I'm not 22. But no, I think I'm good. I think I'm happy where I'm at.
That's good to hear. So do you have a favorite joke, of yours or someone else?
Fuck, man.
Can't think of one. That's fine.
I can't think of one right now. Maybe we'll come back to it.
Do you
I'm
have
sure I will in the meantime. I'm sure I'll think of one. Yeah. Not mine, none of mine, but I have favorites for sure.
Do you have a favorite fan interaction? Either you are a fan of somebody or someone's telling you they really like your comedy.
For me, any time right now are big. I can't think of the specific people I've met or the specific one, but any time I'm just now where if somebody comes up to me after the show and says hey, you did good, because I've been hosting a lot lately, so it's as host your set kind of gets. I mean, for one, it's the hardest. That's the hardest set to do is open up a show.
Right.
But then even if you do good, it's easy for people to just forget about you were in the beginning of the show. All the headliners happen, so I think my favorite is if I can host a show and people will come up to me afterwards and be hey, good job, that you.
Yeah.
Because that feels good, I think. But at this point, really just anything, any words of affirmation that I get from anybody's cool. That's nice.
Yeah, definitely. That's cool. So what's your favorite place to do comedy?
The Madhouse. The Brick. It used to be the Brick Room, but I am getting more confident on the main stage out there.
Yeah.
But I mean, ideally, just a packed Brick Room is fun. It's so fun. It's and ACC too. I've only done the open mics there 2 or 3 times. I've only gotten on there, but that's always been nice.
Are you busy on Tuesdays or?
Yeah, not really. I used to sign up every week, and it was I only got up those 3 times, and I just kind of got discouraged. I just kind of got jaded from it, you know what I mean? And I love that place, and I know that's the best. I mean, I'll go on record and say I'm a Madhouse stan, but ACC is the best open mic in San Diego, 100%. At least as far as consistency wise, and that's
Yeah.
but I got no problems with it. I just kind of got jaded with it and tired of waiting, and I didn't want to play the fucking politic. Just get on Nathan's good side, and you can eventually he'll get guaranteed things for you. And I don't want to get into any of that shit. I don't want to start that. I don't want to be that guy. So I tried a bunch. I tried every week, and it never worked. Oh, what? Was I not supposed to say that? Are you one of those guys?
I have no idea. I don't know. When I get up, I don't know if it's because you.
No, you would
my
know.
name,
You would know.
Or.
No, you would know.
Well, I also am barking for it, so there's times
Yeah.
where I get a guaranteed spot if I get enough people in.
100%. But
Yeah, I mean, it's just, it's such a good mic. It's
Yeah.
Especially good practice for if you're about to have a show.
Yes.
To test material.
Yes. And I used to, and especially too now that Madhouse they don't have their mic on Tuesdays. Is there other mics on Tuesdays down here?
Well, the comedy store.
So not down here though.
No.
So
Oh,
I was saying
Tuesday, there's the trailer park, which is after America.
Okay, that one's fun. I've done that one too. I just mean like I was a lot more inclined. I was a lot more inclined to try to get the ACC every week when I at least had Madhouse. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, I could because I live in Mira Mesa. I live like 30 minutes away. So for me to come all the way down here, like it's like by Poway. I don't know if you know where that's at.
Right. Yeah. I'm trying to think. Because there's another bike, but
there's one of them.
further.
Is that the one in what's the one in Miramar I went to with you at Bogies or?
That was like on a Thursday.
Okay. Do you still do those?
I've been too busy on Thursdays and like been recording podcast and what else have I been doing?
But didn't you run that one or no? The one on the Miramar. It was a bar on Miramar Road.
No, I was.
You were just there.
There's just times where.
You were just there.
People. I'm just there, or like people need help promoting.
Gotcha.
It. So I'm like, hey, I'm gonna be over here.
Gotcha.
You know.
Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of just I have been discouraged from coming to try for ACC lately because it is tough to get a ride, and then especially to justify coming down if I don't even get up. You know, which I know is probably.
Well, there's other mics that you can just guarantee to get up. Like there's the gallery.
On Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's the same. Well, there's a show and then a mic. So the time, if you don't want to go to ACC, you just go over there.
Mm.
And then, yeah. But it's, it's even further.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah, I'd say my favorite place to do comedy would be the Brick Room, I'd say.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. What was your family like growing up?
Pretty standard. I had, my parents stayed together. My parents are still together. I have old parents. They're a lot older than most of my friends and stuff. Like my mom had me when she was 40, I think, and so I have 3 siblings, but they're all way older than me. Like my closest sibling is 10 years older than me. And then I'm the only one after that. I just kind of grew up. I grew up in a house of teenagers. I was raised as my sister was 13, so I was my sister's little baby, you know what I mean? And I hung out, all my brothers started getting into high school. My earliest memories are hanging out with my brother's friends when they had a band in high school. They practiced in our basement. I'm from Illinois, so my earliest memories is just hanging out with my older siblings, friends pretty much. And then they all went to college, so by the time I was their age, by the time I'm in high school and stuff, they're already well gone. So I was kind of I was almost like an only child throughout high school and early middle school. It was pretty much just me and my parents at the house. My brothers moved out to San Diego. That's why I came to San Diego. So it was different for sure, but not in a bad way. It was just kind of. I didn't really have siblings like what people think of.
Sure. That's cool. So what's the biggest audience you performed for?
When I was on Adam Ray's. I went to see Adam Ray perform at a random bar mic in San Diego, or not a bar mic, a random bar show in San Diego. And then after the show, I was talking to him, and he asked me. He's like, "Oh, you do comedy, whatever." He asked me to open for him at Mic Drop that weekend. It was a Thursday. I went to go see him.
Dang,
It was
charm.
It was crazy. It was because I didn't even tell him I was a comic. We saw the show, and then we just went up. Me and Alex, my girlfriend, went up to just shake his hand after he was taking pictures, and we were talking. I was like, "Yeah, man, this was cool." Maybe it was just the way what I was talking to him about. He's like, "Do you do comedy? You do?" And I was like, "Yeah, I work at Madhouse. I've been I'm 2 years in." And he was like, "Oh, that's good. I know Madhouse, blah, blah, blah." He's like, "If I'm doing a show I'm doing it all the whole weekend at Mic Drop. If you want to open for me." He's like, "You got 5 minutes?" I was like, "Yeah, dude, totally."
Yeah, that's nice.
And it was funny because I went with, it was, Josh Mergel.
Yeah.
It was his show at the random bar show that Adam Ray was on. It was Josh's show that he put on.
Wow.
And so I just went to go support Josh, and then so I went to go like see his, and then I tell Josh.
Everybody just go see shows.
Yeah. So I tell Josh about it afterwards. He's like, "What the fuck?" Like he's like, he didn't ask any of the comics that were on the show with him to go. Like he didn't. I put him on. I'm like, sorry, man. I don't know, but so I'd say the mic drop that weekend because Adam Ray sold out the big room at mic drop. I don't know how many that is, but I could just tell from being that was the biggest I'd been in front of. Which isn't, I mean, I'd say, what is that, 200 tops? Like,
Yeah, probably.
it wasn't that big.
Sounds like a good show to me.
It was amazing. It was so fun. Yeah, it was a great time. And I did decent. That was the other thing. I was, my biggest one that I have been in front of, I did pretty decent at. I mean, it was a while ago, so there's stuff where it's like, oh, I wish I didn't do this joke, or this joke sucked, but I'm still proud of it. And Adam was, when I went up to the store in Hollywood to do the roast a couple weeks ago, Adam Ray was there, and he was just passing. I didn't even know he was there. And like I walked past him, didn't even notice him, and he stopped me. He's like, "Mitch, what's up, man?" I was like, "I just saw you do your roast battle. It was good." So like he remembered me. I was like, "Oh, dude, sick." Like he.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Sweet. So do you do any other kind of art?
No, not really. I mean, my car stuff is art. I think building a car is art.
Sure. So would you ever do a character on stage?
Yeah, I mean, not for my own set, I don't think, unless something develops, unless but I wouldn't be opposed to like how there's that one show that goes on, I think it's Culture Court, or like there's certain shows where it's like the comics have to play a character. I like the idea of that. I think I'd be good at that. But I don't think I have the confidence right now, or maybe not the confidence, I just don't have there's no character I'd want to play for myself in my own set yet, you know.
Okay.
But I'm not opposed to it. I like the idea of it for sure. It'd be fun to play somebody else and just super lean into it. But
Sweet. Have you done any sketches?
I did one with Dave. Dave Collins asked me and Ben and Matt to film one. Oh, you did it. I forgot. Yeah, he never even fucking posted it. Sorry, can I swear?
You better fucking swear.
Yeah, he never posted it. That was my only one.
Why didn't you post it?
Because I guess he didn't like. We ended up filming one more day with Eisendrath. Because were you ever there? Was it Eisendrath couldn't show the day that we all recorded together, or was he there too? When when all three of us were.
He was here.
There was one more scene we had to film where it was like the getaway scene, and we filmed it, me, Dave, and Matt, and then like a day or two later, he said there was something about it he didn't like, and I think Matt just kind of lost interest in it. He's like, Dave's like, we can do it again, right? He's like, and Matt was like, yeah, I'll do it again, but like, if you think there's anybody better, like, and so I think Dave kind of got the idea, like, okay, he's not very interested in it.
That sucks.
Maybe I just sucked. Maybe we all just sucked. Maybe he just didn't like it. Maybe he did.
It just goes to show you anytime something is finished, it's like amazing.
Yeah.
It gets finished and published, it's like, wow,
Yeah.
you made a film.
And I do know too, I've seen some of his other sketches, and he'll sit on them forever. Like he'll film it years, like, and hold on to that film for like a year, and then go back to it and post it one day later. So who knows? Maybe he's gonna post it and just wait on it. I don't know. I
I
like
guess just figure out how to edit it, right?
Yeah. Figure out when the money starts coming in for these royalties for using my likeness. You know. That's it.
Yeah. I didn't sign anything. The verbal agreement we had expired. We waited years. So you've done the roast. Did you win any roast?
Yeah, I did. So Sebastian and I roasted at a bar show, and then I won that one, and then that's what got us booked on. I think Gordon or somebody who books at the La Jolla one, they were there, so they saw. So I won that one. Then they booked us at the store in La Jolla, and then I won that one, and then we went up. From there they booked us up in Hollywood. Me and Seabass went to Hollywood to do our roast, and I lost that one.
So Seabass won?
He won in Hollywood. Yeah, he beat
Wow.
me. Yeah, he beat me in Hollywood. I bombed bad on that one. I was so nervous, dude. I was like, because that was the first time I'd even been to the real store, and like we were in the green room beforehand, like dude, like Bobby Lee was right there, like Cam Patterson, like it was just a bunch of fucking. I was just starstruck the whole time. I couldn't even in the green room. I'm just sitting there like I'm not used to this, you know. And then so I got on stage, and like, I'm sure you see me when I'm nervous on stage. Like I'm just fucking. I knew they're all watching me, dude. Like these are real people fucking watching me. So I didn't.
They're all real people.
Yeah. So I didn't bomb. Like it's not like I forgot my jokes or nothing, but like my jokes were weak, my roasts were weak at that one, and I also just didn't say them good. I didn't have the right cadence or something. I rewatched it. They just posted it on YouTube. They posted the one from Hollywood, and like I knew I lost, but I was like, I want to see it. I want to see how bad it was. So that was my first loss, and then just last week, or what was it, May? The first week of May at the store in La Jolla, Brandon Avora asked me to roast him, and then so we just did that one, and I beat him. So I think 3-1 now, or maybe, I mean, the other two were from the same guy. I mean, there were those 2 versus Seabass. I lost to him once, so I guess 3-1 total. And then I know in October I'm supposed to roast Nas's girlfriend Bella, that new chick. We're gonna have another one, but that's not till October, I guess. So.
Okay. Cool. So, what's your like best? I guess you already said probably your best booking story was.
The Adam,
you're not. Yeah, when you got booked.
The Adam Ray one. Yeah, that was huge. That was wild. Yeah, like that was like.
Cool. Yeah. So you're not booking shows yourself, right?
No. Well, I don't know, cause so Ben just hit me up. Ben and I are producing a show now.
Oh, okay.
It's, I don't know if you'd heard of, Kylie and Natasha were running it before. It was the Sin Cooney. It's over in North Park, I think.
Okay.
It's like an Asian restaurant. I didn't know it was a show. But I guess Kylie, Troop, and Natasha, they've been running it for like at least a year, I think. But like not doing it. There was like no promotion for it. I didn't know anything about it. But since Kylie's moving, she asked Ben because Ben does shows around town.
Yeah.
So Kylie asked Ben to take it over. Like they already got the venue. Like they've been doing it a while. Like it's just up to us if we want to. And then so Ben said he was down to take it over for her, but Ben's so busy with his Blarney show. Ben helps Josh Mergel run his Thorn Street shows. So that's when Ben reached out to me and he's like, "Hey man, like do you want to be a producer? Like do you want to go and start doing this?" So we're only on this is our first week, so I don't know if I'm
What day of the week is it?
Wednesdays, every Wednesday. I think next week is Rui Montilla is the headliner on it next week, I think. But I don't know if I'm in charge of booking people yet. I'm not sure. It's only been like 4 days of it, so we'll see. But I was in charge of making the open mic list, if that counts. That's booking.
Big deal. So you've never been on like a Kill Tony or anything?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, right.
No, sir.
Would you want to be on that?
I'd try it, definitely. Yeah, for sure. I don't know if I'd travel just to go try that. You know what I mean? Like, that was too. I was a little bummed about. I guess I am a little more bummed that I didn't start earlier, because when Kill Tony and stuff would come to San Diego, like that was like. I mean, I've seen you on there. I go back and watch all the old Kill Tonys, and I'm like, I know all these people. Like, they were.
Yeah, sometimes we didn't know them.
Yeah.
Like Rudy, that was his first time doing comedy.
I know, that was you and Rudy back to back on that one Kill Tony, and you got your first kiss that night, didn't you? Or was it your first? Or you kissed somebody, didn't you?
She kissed me on the cheek.
Oh.
I've kissed people before.
Oh, okay.
It was.
That was a crazy episode, because
At the time, I hadn't had sex since 1996.
That's what you said. Okay, I remember you said something crazy, and then Tony was like, "Let's get somebody up here and kiss this guy."
Yeah, and it was a crazy coincidence that she was like coming back from the bathroom, lady in a neck brace.
She was in a neck brace?
Yeah.
Jesus. I don't remember that part. Yeah, and then right after you went on stage, then they randomly pulled Rudy after. I was like, what the fuck? But yeah, I think for sure, if that's ever like in town, or if I'm in LA when they're doing it, if they ever do it in LA again, which I don't think they ever would, but.
I think they're doing it in LA.
At the store?
No, not the store.
Theater. Oh yeah, they're doing theaters now. Huh? Yeah. Or arena. They're in arena. We're an arena act now. That's what Tony always. We are now an arena act.
Well, you gotta make that money.
Yeah. No, I'd do it. I wouldn't travel to go do it though. I wouldn't bank on just that for sure. But
All right. So what's the worst thing about comedy right now?
worst thing is just not enough people in the crowds, I'd say.
Yeah. You hear that, people? Go see live comedy.
Yeah,
Don't go see a baseball game. That's dumb. You can watch that on TV.
Yeah, I don't know, everything that
Later. You can watch it later on TV.
you can record it, dude. Yeah, you can't record a live experience.
Yeah, you have to be there.
Yeah.
And what are you going to do? You expect to be down in the dugout? No.
No. You can be down in the brick room.
Yeah,
That's it.
exactly. So, do you have any merch?
No merch yet. No merch. I leave my old vapes everywhere. I don't throw those away. Maybe people can start finding those. Yeah.
Because it's DNA on it.
Yep.
So how do you feel about social media?
I am trying to get better at it because I've never, even before comedy, I was never a big social media guy. Like, I don't post on my story for stuff. It's like, and if I did, it was just stuff I think is funny. But I have been making more of an effort to at least post clips, and so if people go to my page, they're like, okay, yeah, this guy does comedy, you know, because for the longest time it was kind of just my page that I never updated. I mean, like, all my pictures were like over a year old of just shit from whatever, just me and my girlfriend or whatever like that. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out, nobody can figure out how the algorithm works, obviously, but trying to post more clips, trying to post on my story, and then especially now since I'm got to be producing the show and stuff with Ben, it's like it's important for sure. But I don't stress too hard about it.
Cool. So what is the best way for the public to get a hold of you?
That's hard right now. I say Instagram. At my Instagram, Mitch Ryan Comedy, at Mitch Ryan Comedy right now.
Sweet.
My phone's out of service right now, so that doesn't work.
Oh, it's actually out of service.
Yeah, I haven't paid my phone bill in months.
Uh-oh.
I kind of like it though. I didn't, because like I obviously, when I first wasn't paying my phone bill, is because I couldn't afford it. Like, it's just like, okay, I'm broke right now, can't pay my phone. But then it was like months would go by and like I could afford it, I could pay for it again, but I kind of like it. I kind of like, because I can still use it when I'm at places that have Wi-Fi. You know what I mean? Like, it's not to, I mean, it makes shit insanely, like, inconvenient. Exactly. It makes stuff inconvenient as fuck, for sure. Like, if I was late for this, and I couldn't message Aaron to tell him I'm late because I was out driving around, so I couldn't message him till I got all the way to my house and be like, hey man, I am coming, sorry, I just got my, but I like I don't need to be on my phone if I'm out and about, you know, and it's like, maybe not having data is like kind of a crutch, and like that's just a cheater's way of doing it, but it is kind of nice being out, and I don't even think twice about being on my phone. But so yeah, best method is Instagram right now. Instagram's the best method, for sure.
Cool. So, have you ever listened to this podcast?
Yes.
Okay. So, what do you like about the podcast? What do you not like? What's the worst thing about the podcast?
The only downfall, I think you figured it out by now. The only problem I've had with your podcast in the past has been not able to hear at certain points.
Right.
But
yeah.
I think that's what this is for. Right?
Yeah, this is we got the.
It seems like you got it figured, getting better.
I use the camera just so I know it's recording, and the microphone's hooked up.
Gotcha.
With better microphone, and then for better video, got my iPhone 15 Pro.
Nice. Slight flex.
Well, fucking paying a lot.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I did think, do I really need a phone? But right now, I would have to.
I need it for sure. Like, I record all my sets on it. You know what I mean? Like, I need the phone. But
figure out a way to get a good camera.
Yeah.
And then, have a good camera, and then don't need a phone, because I got an iPad. My iPad's paid for.
Yeah.
My Apple Watch is paid for.
Yeah.
phone is not paid for.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I could just save up money and pay it off and then just cut off the service.
I'm not trying to convince anybody to do what I'm doing, but it is nice. My parents hate it, that's for sure. Anytime my parents try to get on, they'll be trying to get a hold of me. My mom is like, she thinks I'm arrested half the time. She thinks I'm dead because it's like not, but then I get home like, hey, I'm here, sorry, but I don't know, it's kind of nice. And I grew up in the time when it was like just the transition. Like my whole childhood, I didn't have any of this. Like I grew up like right before iPads. Like I didn't have my first phone until high school. Like that's pretty much how everybody my age was. So it is crazy just to see like, and like when I was growing up my whole life, when I was a kid, I had it in my mentality like I know how to have to do shit without it. You know what I mean? So it is nice to go back to those roots every now and then and just explore it and see. And it's crazy. But I say that's the worst thing about your podcast. Sorry, I got off there. Worst thing about was the sound. That was all it was, which wasn't even that bad. Best thing, my favorite, the reason I watch it is just because it's all my buddies and it's like I know everybody that's on it. I will say like there is a few I haven't watched, and I think it's just because I just don't talk to those people as much yet. And
sure, well, I have had a few people that maybe don't know that well.
Yeah, but that's part of it. I mean, it's the more you're in the scene, but.
Yeah.
And I like learning about you. There's some where you fucking, it's almost a podcast about you sometimes, which is dope.
Yeah, I try not to repeat myself too much. It's hard to remember. What have I said on the podcast? What is this public knowledge?
Joe Rogan needs to take notes on that, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. But, yeah, podcasting is interesting because it's like, I want to get better at it and do it more. But I don't know. I think I keep going back and forth, like, because like not only do I play video games, but I like consume a lot of video game news.
Mm-hmm. That's like yeah.
And it's like every day, like I'm listening to like about 2 hours of live podcasts about video games, and it's like addictive. It's like I want to know what's going on. Even though if I'm not playing all those games.
Yeah. What do you play? Like what games is?
I play all kinds of games. I jump all around. Right now I'm playing this game I just had heard about that I got for no extra charge. It's called Animal Well. It's just like this little blob, and you're going around. It's like a Metroidvania, but it's like just this.
Like
it's like it doesn't explain anything.
Oh, okay.
And you just kind of had to figure it out.
Okay, what do you play on? Like a PC or?
PS5. I was trying to play games on PC, but it's so quick to where like the games don't work on it anymore.
Oh, like it's. I know what you mean. It gets.
Technology keeps going.
What's the word? Yeah.
Like, they even like patching the games.
Yeah.
Or there's certain games that just never really run that well that I want to run.
Yeah.
Can't figure it out, and it's not that I can't figure it out, it's like the time it takes is so long that I just stop.
I just want to plug the game in and play it, dude. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta blow off the cartridge, but that's the most you should have to do.
Yeah, and then when they had the loading, the top loading, that was the best.
Yeah.
So you have to, like the stupid spring.
Yeah. Yeah, I never got into PC because I never had a good enough PC to run, and I know it's a whole other world of stuff you gotta get into. That's like, but I just play Call of Duty. I'm lame. That's all I play. It's just fucking easy shoot 'em up.
Yeah, but there's so many good stories that only can be told through video games that.
True.
I would recommend.
You mean like RPG games, like story games, just like.
Yeah, like started replaying, or not replaying. I was finishing up Fallout 4.
Alex is into those right now. Alex likes those types of. My girlfriend, she's the story game one. I just don't have the patience for it. I like playing live with groups of people and just talking shit and just doing better. I'm just more competitive, I guess, is in that aspect of it.
But can you get all the achievements?
Exactly. That's Alex. That's my girlfriend. That's her thing. Yeah.
Can you speed run?
Okay.
Can you figure out how to speed run?
True. I'm more of a can you teabag this guy more than I teabag this guy.
Whatever makes you happy. Yeah, that's cool. yeah, so like right now it's like trying to like figure out. It's not that I want to do comedy less. It's just thinking maybe I want to stop consuming so much video game news and just doing my own research and putting the news out there myself or something.
So do you listen to like how you listen to like the community of video game? Do you listen to the comedy community like that too or no? Because that's how I am. I'm big in, but only comedy. Like I listen to all just. I'm just curious how much other people actually do or don't that are comics.
I dip in and out, like,
Yeah.
and also like Kill Tony. Like there'd be streaks where I might listen or watching.
Yeah.
Kill Tony, like trying to catch up, and
Yeah.
I'll just kind of fall off of it.
Yeah.
Also listen to audiobooks.
Mm-hmm.
So right now I'm going through a 10. We're joined. There's a book club where it's like there's a podcast. It's off of a video game podcast, and then they started doing this 10-book fantasy series that's really good.
Huh.
And then so I'm keeping up with that, and then the book is so good you want to keep reading, but then I'll just stop, and then I started like listening to another book just in the in between.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to get. So that's pretty fun to do, because the book's so good. But then again, like I keep thinking, I should stream games.
You should, dude. That'd be fun.
I'm just afraid that I will get. Well, to do it, you have to like be consistent. Like I'm trying to be consistent on this podcast.
Yeah.
Getting guests and releasing it every week. That's why I'm recording 2 episodes this week. Record
Mimi was like a couple days ago.
Thursday, and then you today. So that's gonna get me back on track because I had a bunch of episodes banked, and then I just, for whatever reason, I guess some like appointments were like falling through, and
for you or for
then I was
you guys?
also forgetting to book people, and we're just busy with other stuff.
And it's hard to get comics to commit to do shit too.
Just too many things. Too many things.
Yeah.
Yeah, like everybody should put their events on my meetup group. Or just join the meetup group, San Diego Comedy Live. I'll put the event up, especially if it's weekly. And sometimes you get comedy fans to come.
Yeah.
Even if it's a paid thing, just put in there the link to the paid thing.
For the tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then my meetup Facebook group too, San Diego Comedy Live. That just keeps growing.
That's your group? You started that one?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm like, it's not that I want to necessarily. I guess I don't know. It's just it came from. What is this group policy about posting your own stuff? It's like because I do the podcast and my own show,
you might as well just,
Mike, and like and merch is like might as well. Oh, and then also I did the meetup group. I was like, well, if I have a meetup group, I might as well like have
somewhere
a
to
Facebook group.
Yeah.
And the idea is trying to get people from the meetup group to come to the comedy, and then also there's a meetup, there's a Facebook group too.
Yeah.
And then the fans can interact with the comics, but it's mostly right now it's just comics on the meetup group or the Facebook group. It's not totally working because just trying to do too many things.
That's true. There's a lot of moving parts with shit like that, but you gotta keep doing it. I mean, whether people are appreciative now or not, I mean, whether they like even realize they're appreciative of it, they are, especially if somebody's got to be doing shit like that, and at least it's
Well,
good.
yeah, I do feel appreciated, people say thank you for.
But that's just, I just mean of the people who know about it. Because there's tons of other people who don't even know about it yet without even realizing it. They appreciate shit like that. You know what I mean? They might not know it's happening, but like it's important, it's important to the scene. So.
Absolutely. All right, well, we can
Time
talk
is it?
podcast a while longer, but you got to start working
I got to clock in here any second.
any second. So thank you so much for doing the podcast.
Favorite joke?
Oh, okay.
Favorite joke?
Here it comes.
Favorite joke is, it's the dumbest one, but it always comes to my mind, is the Norm Macdonald, the one about his neighbor who's a scientist, a philosopher of science. Have you heard that one?
I don't know.
About logic. He works in the School of Logic, Norm Macdonald,
Okay.
and I'm gonna butcher it.
Yay.
I'm not even gonna. I won't do any justice. Go look up that joke.
Yeah,
it's a good joke.
Okay, just, on 3, push stop.
Yeah.
And I'll push stop here.
Yeah.
Okay, 1. Bye, everybody. 2,
Bye.
3.